And here is the most interesting and easy topic of the term, and that is how organisms obtain energy. So we will talk about how organisms obtain energy. So basically, when we talk about obtain, we have two major categories. One is called as autotroph, those who can make their own food, and the other one is called as heterotroph. They cannot um, make their own food. While autotroph can be further divided into two more categories. Either they are photoautotroph, photoautotroph, those who use sunlight. Photo mean light, and they mainly use sunlight, and the example is plants. And while on the other hand, they are chemoautotroph, those who use chemicals, and they are mainly bacteria. While all other organisms who cannot make their own food, they are called as heterotroph, like animals, like fungi. So animals and fungi, and sometimes bacteria also, because bacteria are decomposers as well. So differentiate between autotrophs and heterotrophs, also include the chemo and photo. So we know them. Autotrophs make their own food. They are plants and some bacteria. Photoautotrophs use sunlight, while chemoautotrophs use chemical. That's why they undergo photosynthesis, and these undergo chemosynthesis. Plants and algae are the photoautotroph, while bacteria in the deep sea, they are chemoautotroph, and sometimes in the near volcanic eruptions. Heterotroph are the organisms that get energy by eating other organisms like human, animals, and fungi. This is the comparison between them, the same what we discussed up. You can have a quick look. When we talk about they use sun energy, so they do photosynthesis, and all the plants like tree, grass, plant, everything we talk about these, they are the autotroph. Question: use the table below to answer question 1 and 2. Organisms X, Y, and Z. How does it obtain food? So we have over here X feeds on producers found in the ecosystem. So it means this is a heterotroph, right? Feeds on consumers to feed in the ecosystem. Again, this is heterotroph. Okay, and use sunlight, so this is autotroph. But which type of autotroph it is? It is a photoautotroph, because it is using sunlight. So if you know this, yani if you make this key, you can easily answer the questions. Which of the following species are autotroph? You can now easily say it is Z. I'm not going to read all the options, but it's quite obvious, we did already. Which of the organisms are heterotroph? Again, X and Y, we did above. So see, when you make these keys while reading, you make your notes, you can easily answer the questions. Which of the following species is an example of the autotroph? We discussed like grass, tree, plant, they are autotrophs. And we studied above also some algae, while these three are heterotroph. Which of the following is correct about autotroph? Like they can make their own food, right? So make their own food by using inorganic compounds. Since they do photosynthesis, we will discuss photosynthesis in the next topic. Which of the following is correct about heterotroph? They eat on other organisms. We know that they obtain energy. They obtain energy by consuming other organisms. Carry out photosynthesis to make food. This is photoautotroph. Photoautotroph. Use inorganic to make their own food. This is normally not happening. No, sorry. Use inorganic matter to make their own food. Again, this is photosynthesis, same as photoautotrophs. Okay, and use hydrogen sulfide to make their own energy. This is chemoautotroph. Okay, so only one option is heterotroph, that's fine. Differentiate using examples between the two metabolic processes or the pathways, that is kata. Kata is from cut or breakdown. Okay, so in catabolism we break down the big materials into small ones, while ana we join small materials, small particles to make them big. So catabolic processes are all the breakdown processes like respiration. Okay, and when ATP is broken down into ADP plus PI, this is catabolic. But if you go reverse, this will be anabolic. Anabolic, like photosynthesis, is anabolic. When you join water with the carbon dioxide and you make glucose. Relate ATP to ADP to their metabolic pathways. We just said when ATP is converted into ADP and PI, it is a catabolic pathway, while on the other hand, when ADP plus PI it converts into ATP, this is anabolic process. Okay, so this is anabolic. Describe using examples. um, Describe using visuals how ATP can easily release and store energy by breaking and reforming the bonds between its phosphate groups. So this is ATP ADP cycle. We will see them down. Catabolic pathway breakdown. I told you up. Kata mean cut or breakdown of complex molecules into simpler ones, and the reverse is anabolic, building or joining the molecules from smaller. Energy, they release energy, so they are known as exergonic, while anabolic require energy, that's why they are known as endergonic. They absorb energy, so you can say over here they absorb energy. Purpose, provide energy and raw materials for the cells and construct the cells and the other molecules too for the body, like proteins and nucleic acids. Examples is respiration, and here example is photosynthesis. So these are the major examples. Remaining you can also learn. Anabolic, small molecules are assembled to join the large molecules and energy is required. You have the energy over here. So how you define it, you can easily say that large molecule is made from these small molecules by absorbing energy, while the large molecules are broken down into small ones and you release energy in this process. This is the ADP ATP cycle, and along with that we labeled catabolic and anabolic pathways for that. So this upper molecule in this diagram, it has 1, 2 and 3 phosphates, so that's why it is called as tri. So it is ATP adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so this is triphosphate, while on the other hand we have 1 and 2, so only 2 diphosphate, so it's a diphosphate group, adenosine diphosphate or ADP. So ATP can be converted into ADP plus you remove the phosphate, while on the other hand if you reverse it, it's anabolic and you use energy over here. Which of the following is correct about the catabolic? Catabolic mean we know it's a breakdown, right? And it's respiration as per our example. So cellular respiration is an example. Yes. Smaller molecules are joined. No, we don't join them. This is anabolic. And they result in releasing energy. So catabolic, they release energy. We can see up. Yes. Catabolic is the one that is releasing energy, so this is also correct. So 1 and 3, so that is B, 1 and 3. Moving to the next one, which of the following is example of the catabolic? We said respiration. Protein synthesis, so when you say synthesis, it is anabolism. ATP breakdown, yes, breakdown, break, we know the meaning, key word is break. Formation, no, and photosynthesis, no. So this A, C and D, all of these are anabolism or anabolic pathways. How do ATP and ADP function within the metabolic pathways? Of course, ATP is the one that stores energy or release energy. We have to decide that. So when you break down ATP into ADP in this process, you release energy. And when you go from ATP to ATP, so here you store energy. So basically ATP store energy, right? So ATP stores energy. So we will find where it says ATP is used in photosynthesis while ADP no. ATP stores energy by gaining phosphate molecule group and ADP releases, yes, we studied in the cycle. ATP releases energy while a phosphate group is removed, converting A to ADP, which can be recharged during energy yielding reactions. Okay, so ATP releases energy when phosphate group is removed. Converting into ADP. Yes, that's correct actually. Why? Wait, this is correct, not B, not B. Okay. So ATP stores energy by gaining a phosphate group and ADP releases energy by losing one. That's also correct, actually. Yeah. So here possibly both are correct, okay? ADP provides more energy. No, ATP provides more energy. Which number in the diagram below indicates the common reaction that releases energy? Release when you have here 3, yes, yes, and yes. But from 3 you should go to 2. No, from 3 you cannot go to 0. From 2 this is already wrong. And 3 to 2, yes, this is correct. So number 4. This is ADP ATP cycle question 10 and 11. Okay. Complete the table below to identify molecule A and B. A 1, 2, and 3. 3 ATP, 3 phi there. So it is molecule A is ATP and 1 and 2. So molecule B is ADP. Now we need to say if it is catabolic or anabolic. You converted 3 into 2 and you lost 1. So it is catabolic. Number 1 is catabolic and number 2 is anabolic. So you can say energy is released or absorbed. So of course in the first one, when you break down, so energy is release. Okay, release energy, and when you join them they absorb energy. And that's it. Wow, this is also done. Wish you all the best with this topic. We will move to the next zone.